All right, answer the question again, sorry.
So Al, in terms of the mood in general in technology, what's it like for kind of senior executive hiring right now?
Senior executive hiring in tech, the best way to describe the mood is it's in transition and it's a bit cautious. Um, During the downturn, many companies made pre-planned moves in their succession plan, natural transitions, but generally,
So Al, what's the mood like in general for a kind of senior executive hiring in technology right now?
well, the mood for senior executive hiring in tech right now is a mixture of in transition and caution. And what I mean by that is during the downturn, a lot of companies elected to maintain stability of the existing management in many companies where things were going okay because they wanted a steady hand on the helm. However, now that we're approaching some transition in terms of brightening of the economy, increasing demand in the marketplace, or literally transitions in technology requiring a different set of talent or geographies, we're starting to see more of the moves occur where new talent is coming in or existing talent within the company is being rearranged. I think that the pace of that's going to increase because people want to have the right talent in place and established prior to the next upturn so they can respond most aggressively.
Good. So you hear about the war for talent, right? And kind of looking into your crystal ball in terms of technology, where do you see talent demand, or where's that going as it relates to kind of the technology sector in, let's say, the next 10 years?
The war for talent, there's several wars for talent in our industry, in the tech industry. One is the war for technical talent. The second is the war for broad management talent. And the third is the war for what I term commercial talent. Technical talent is going to be in demand everywhere, North America, Asia, and Europe, around the centers of research and development where new concepts are created, new products are developed and designed and originally manufactured. Technical talent is being drawn in everywhere. From a management perspective, we're really starting to see a flow to emerging markets because those markets represent high risk but enormously high potential opportunities for companies to drive growth. And to make sure that occurs, more and more companies are putting management in the local market to train the new local management, but also to keep eyes on the biggest and most important priorities for the company. In terms of commercial talent, what's kind of interesting is those emerging markets are very, very different than the mature markets most tech companies have served historically. So what's interesting is you cannot import local talent and expertise. You have to develop it locally. So that's a tremendous opportunity for local talent to emerge, especially with companies who become expert at sourcing, hiring, retaining, and developing top talent in the local regions to meet the local market needs.
Perfect. So just in terms of the dynamic, to really capsulize this from a high picture level, you got your Silicon Valley startups on one side, and you got the kind of tech monoliths on one side. Are there any trends or things that we can draw from the type of talent that those types of companies need or will need in the years ahead?
Yeah, it's the old argument about what's the difference between a Silicon Valley startup and a long-established tech monolith. These days, only a couple zeros in their financial statements. Since the dot-com boom and bust, the successful small companies, whether startup, incubational, or pre-IPO private companies,